भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम सुकृते विकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनाय सदा अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। मंडुक महर्षे गणपदाचार्यवर्याय आद्यशङ्करद्गुरुवे अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अथ अथर्ववेदान्तर्गत माण्डूक्योपनिषत् शान्ति मंत्रः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अथ चतुर्थ प्रकरणम् अलाथ शान्ति प्रकरणम्। ओम उभैः अन्योन्य दृश्येते किं तद् अस्तीति न उच्यते लक्षणाशून्यमुभयम् तन्मते नैव गृह्यते। हरि ओम। सैल्यूटेशंस टू एंटायर वेदांताचार्य परंपरा, स्पेशली आदिशंकर भगवान, गौड़पाद भगवान, मंडूक महर्षि, अथर्व ऋषि. Now these are the final touches of Vedantic understanding. There is nothing higher, greater, beyond than this. This we have to make it as a habit. Then that knowledge should become a conviction. Then live at that level. It is called liberation. It's a very high level. At that level, the deep inner, presently hidden self is vividly, conspicuously experienced, and the Vyavaharik Jagat, which was so solidly, substantially lived today as if it is real, is very vaguely touched. That's how the transformation happens. See that great Brahmagyanis, they are in their Brahmagnana Ananda, Nirantara, and when it comes to the Vyavahara, they are so very light, very non-importance given to Vyavahara. Even in Vyavahara, if they are called invited, there also, they talk about the Brahmagnana, Brahmatattva only. They don't come down to the earlier ignorant level of taking the world as real and getting bound in it by giving it undue importance. That's how this Upanishad lifts us. But are we ready for that? Plus, there are some pakka points which cannot be changed. Point number one is what? Only in being Brahma Tattva identification that eternally, permanently can be happy. Second is what? This Vyavaharik Jagat, how much ever you love and like and follow all the rules, regulations of here, yet we'll be bound, we'll do some mistakes, we'll have the dukkha, nothing in this is permanent. चाहो या ना चाहो, मानो या ना मानो, ये इसकी ऐसी ही रीति है. फिर भी कहोगे, even then I want to be worldly, we can't stop, nobody can stop. Then you go through it. Rules can't be changed. Vaita Jagat, which is subject to continuous transfer or permutation or continuous change. You can't change that rule of this world. It will be like that. So some things are standardized things. We just have to accept. फिर भी मुझे यही रहना. Then you are answerable. You are the one you have to find your own things. Don't blame anybody later on. Like, the idea is what? It's like this. If you identify with Deha, you will definitely have the old ages, diseases, deaths, and also comparisons with other Deha. And for the Deha fulfillment, whatever the Kamana and all that you have to go through. And for that, sometimes you may do Adharmic Karma also. It will lead to Papa and you will suffer with another Deha. This you can't avoid. अब रहूंगा ऐसे ही तो करो. That's what all are doing. So, too, as long as you have given value importance to the mind and its natural functioning of imaginations and projections, it only does wrong things. Mind कई reality को सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. जहाँ भी सोच हो रही है, वो it's unreal only. Truth need not be thought of. Therefore, anything thought is untrue only. And mind goes on manipulating. Then you will be trapped in that. Every day from waking up till sleep, we are nothing but getting trapped only in the mind. So trapped only in the mind. The mind goes through senses to the world and takes the world as if real. And the mind only puts us into this world and binds us. You read Vivek Chodavadi, those 15 or 10 slokas about the mana. Mana prasute vishayana sheshan sthulatmana sukshmataya cha bhoktuhu. तस्मान् मनः कारणमस्य जन्तोः बन्धस्य मोक्षस्य वा विधाने मोक्षस्य हेतुर्विरजस्य तमस्कं बन्धस्य हेतुः रजोगुण रजं तमो रजोमलैः मोक्षस्य शुद्धं विरजस्तमस्कं. All he says. Then that mana alone, mana tasman mana karanamस्य जन्तोः बन्धस्य मोक्षस्य वा विधाने मन प्रसुते विषयान शेषान स्थूलात्मना सूक्ष्मतया च भोक्तुः. Then that mind only again makes you withdrawn from the world with vairagya and gives you liberation also. It's all beautiful topic it is. That a big subject. Sometime we'll study that Vivek Chodavadi. No, I want to live at that level. You continue. So what Vedanta says is binding option, liberated option, both are there. Bondage at the Upadhi Jiva level, liberation at Atma level. Atma Swarupa, Atma Lakshmana are these ones. To reach to Atma and Bhava, these are the things you have to give up. This is how you have to do dhyana. Then Jiva Deha Bhava is like that. In that rules and regulations are like that. In that bondage is like this. सामने रखा हूं जो चाहे कर लो. Okay, now we are at the very highest level of contemplative thoughts. उभे अन्योन्य दृश्येते किम तदस्ति न उच्यते लक्षण शून्यमुभयम तन्मतेनैव गृह्यते. So the main point is what is there is ekameva advayam brahma. And what do we experience is the experienced world and I am experiencer. So only Brahma is there, other than Brahma nothing is there, is the vadana of the Brahmagnani. Now he'll have to prove that. He is trying that only from so many slokas. In this sloka, the conclusion comes. What is that? Ubehi anyonya drushye. The Jagat and the Jagat seeing a chitta, they are mutually drushya to each other. Then what do you mean to say by that? Kim tadasti na uchyate. Kim tadasti? तो ऐसा कहने का आपका मतलब क्या है? Because they are mutually dependent on each other, na asti iti cha uchyate, you have to accept that they are really not there. Relatively they are there. And for their mutual being relative, they are mutually only related. There is no third factor required are there. Therefore, such things in Vedanta which are mutually dependent and one cannot be without other, such is called as mithya. It is unreal. असत्य कहते हैं उसको. So, we अन्योन्य दुषे. Then kim tadasti iti na uchyate. Then lakshana shunya uvayam is a very powerful explanation, which we will see in the subsequent slokas more detailedly. Ki there are no pramanas for establishing it. Vedantic pramana. Indriya you are seeing, but Indriya is not the ultimate pramana. Indriya is just godakas and the abilities. Behind that, the subtle pramanas are required. At that pramana level, they are not there. Therefore, lakshana shunyam ubhayam tanmate neva gruyate. We explained exhaustively yesterday. The presence of the duality of experiencer and experiencer and experience is only in your own insistence. हकीकत में नहीं है वो, सत्य में नहीं है वो. It's only by your insistence. Tanmateneva gruhyate. Now this is such a breakthrough in Vedanta. If you can understand this one thought, what is that? It is not there, but it is there in your own imagination and acceptance. If this is realized, then immediately the solution comes that let me stop imagining, let me stop accepting. You can see the world is no more to trouble us. कह रहा हूं ना, जितना ताकत इस सेंटेंस में है हमें बचाने के लिए बंधन से, संसार से, दूसरा किसी से भी नहीं है। तन मतेन एव गृह्यते। You know, where is the snake? In your own mind, in your own mind's conviction. Otherwise, अब तुम जितना भी मन में मनमाने करो, वहाँ what is there is rope only, there is never snake. But कितना चिल्ला रहा है शाम पे, I have seen it, it was hissing, it was very dangerous. All, how much or hype you make in increasing your volume, in crying or in expressing the fears, threats, how much ever you are doing, it's all manmani, based on the manmani sarpa, because in reality there is no sarpa. See the understanding? Apply it everywhere. जहाँ भी इन वट एवर रिलेटिव वर्ल्ड वी आर सफरिंग, ना दोस्ती की बात कहो, दुश्मनी की बात कहो, संबंध की बात कहो, एवरीवेयर योर इंसिस्टेंसेस आर देयर, therefore they are there, they will trouble you. The moment you withdraw from that, that's over. But a Vedanti withdraws from them to not only avoid the dukkha, etc., but mainly is what he want to enter into the substrat. Vedanti's Lakshya is never to reject the world or fight with the world or hate the world or no. Vedanti's Lakshya is Aham Brahmasmi. For the sake of Brahma Satyam, the Jagan Mithya is said. Because Jagat, when you take it as real, you can't contemplate on the Brahma as Satya because you are interested in real. You took the world as real. Your all interest will be for the world only which you have taken real. That is what we are doing. With all the difficulties and logics, it is proved that Jagat is Mithya, so that you withdraw from it. And the purpose is not to withdraw from the Mithya Jagat, purpose is to attend to the Sat Brahma. So why I have to withdraw from the world? Not because it is giving dukkha. That's only half answer. I want to niratisheya sukha, that is possible only in the self. I want to comprehend, apprehend that self. The thought should become powerful day by day. I must taste what is the self as explained by the Upanishads. For that sake only Jagat Mithya and giving up. Otherwise we have no objection with Jagat being there. Okay? In this Ubhay Anyonya Dushyate Kim Tadasti Nauchate Lakshanashone Ubhyam Tanmate Neva Gruhyate. So that we have seen yesterday Katham Lakshana Shunyam. Lakshyate Naya iti Lakshana Pramanam. Pramana Shunyam Ubhayam Chittam Saityam Dvayam Yataha. So other than they being mutually dependent on each other, there is no other pramana for accepting them, for their presence. Example of the dream, same applied to the waking. What is the example of dream? The चित्त में जो हाथी जो दिखाई दिया और जिस चित्त से हाथी को देखा, both of them are chitta chaitya, mutual related only. Other than that, there is no pramana for proving their presence. Therefore, they are illusions. They are unreal. सेम थिंग ही सेड कि तच्चित्तदैव गृह्यते नहीं घटमतिं प्रत्याख्याय घट गृह्यते न अपि घटं प्रत्याख्याय घटमतिः. This is a very very high level of contemplation. It's not as easy as we are seeing or saying or thinking, but बहुत deep meditation में इसको पकड़ना पड़ता है. Again I will explain it to you कि without the part thought cannot be. Without the thought of the part cannot be. Okay. Then this, when they are this way mutually related, then the pramana prameya vyapara is not there. Because which is pramana, which is prameya? You can't prove it. Because when you say, because I have chitta, I am seeing the pot. But can you see the, what you say? Because I am seeing, having the chitta, I am seeing the pot. The question asked is, there is no pot at all in the world, mano. In the chitta, the pot ka vision kahan se aayega batao? Because chitta as a expression of the impressions of the past. If not this life, some other life. कहीं ना कहीं होगा वो, तभी जाकर के उसका इस जन्म में तो कहीं जन्म में कहीं ना कहीं देखा हो. So too, the other thing is one, if at all somewhere some part is existing in the past or present or future, it must be from the chitta of someone only. So, therefore, which is pramana and which is prameya, you can't explain. Therefore, both of them are unreal. There is some third reality which is substrate above both of them. No, this will have to click. It won't. अब पहले तो सुनने को मुश्किल होता है. Then trying to lift our intellect to analyze the example. Then first the example is understood. That gives a shocking explanation. After the example is understood, and what for the example is given when that is said, it is very shocking. What is the shocking here? Neither chitta is real nor the pot is real. Why? Because chitta cannot be without the pot. Pot means any of the seen things, and pot or the seen things cannot be without chitta. चित्त चैत्य तो एक के बिना दूसरा उसके बिना ये नहीं रह सकता therefore and other than these two is other pramana therefore they are unreal but not no pramana as we said yesterday you can't measure the height and weight of the elephant in the swapna whatever jagrat we explained if you go to different plane it is incalculable only conditionally you are able to do but otherwise independently you can't measure therefore it is not there प्रमाण नहीं है इसलिए वो नहीं है No, it's a very deep, thousand times when I use this logic, then from the heart, the world is real. I am seeing the world, I am experiencing the world. All this will go away. Then only what is said as Jagan Mithya is understood at that time. Today we are not at that level. Today we are Deha, we have Indriyas, we have Mana, we want Sukha at that level and they are given the object, they are in the world, therefore we have to quote the world or love the world or work in the world or get the things from the world and be happy at this level. And this is how we are living. Same I, when I go into the deep inquiry logical level, all these are understood. What is understood? None of them are real. The Jnata, Gneyam, Drashta, Adrishyam, both are Kalpana only. They are not real. Paramatma alone, Parabrahma alone is real. But why people don't go for it? Means what? So many are going, but they are not seen. In the Bhubhaga, only those people mostly will come who come to exhaust karma and little bit of spirituality they will learn. Such are the जीवास that are there in the earth. देखो सब वैसे दिखते हैं पागल खाने में क्यों वैसे सब पागल है you know if you have the answer for it you will have answer why the people in the bhumi are like this पागल खाने में सब पागल नहीं होते हैं जो जहाँ सब पागल लोग होते हैं उसको पागल खाना कहते हैं obvious it is related पागल खाने में पागल ही होते हैं यानी दारू खाने में दारू वाले होते हैं मंदिर में भगत ही होते हैं In the same way, exhausting karmas and using purushartha to get little artha kama and little dharma dana and maybe vaguely knowing little about moksha, that is how the human race all the time. Among them, if some of them have become more matured, like among all the fishes, one fish only jumped out of the water, it became frog. जलचर जा करके उभयचर बन गया है ना aquarian became the amphibian something like that they say in a way amongst these human beings only who less importance to arthakama more importance to dharma when they give they become more worshipped or accepted in the world in that dharma only there is seva there is punya there is tyaga they are called as the great among the human among them, if somebody is inquiring about what is the substratum reality about it, they become the jignasu sadhak. वो बहुत कम ही होते हैं. So, I am giving an answer to a question. If this is so, why on the globe everybody are running behind the Mithya Jagat, not for spirituality? The answer is, in the process of evolution, those set of jivas who can fulfill or who are fit in the scheme of the earth, with them the world is filled. Therefore, you are seeing them. When you go to the army camp, you will see only army dressed human beings there, soldiers. When you go to this Tibet and all, or this place of Dharamshala in India, you will see all those people in the red dress. You know, we have given Sharanagati to them, pani free, electricity free, everything free, but they do nothing for our nation. Everybody who eats our nation's money, they are not Deshbhakt. Both come have it. So you see only them. My purpose is that example. In the same way, I say, but इनमें से कुछ, वो कुछ में से हम है, पकड़ो बस आपको. Now we now have to do two things. Try to understand as clearly as possible about the mithyatva of the Jagatu and try to understand as clearly as about the Satyatva Paramatma. In this, when our Paramatma is Satya and he is the goal, I have to approach him. That position becomes 60%. Jagat is Satya, I want Sukha Bhoga, in that becomes 60. Slowly from this world, we are shifted to the other world. Where sadhana के लिए ज़्यादा मौका हो. एंड लिटिल मोर देर वी डू दैट 70% परमात्मा 30 जगत, उस जगत को ले जाएंगे हमको और जगत में ही उस जगह पे ले जाएंगे. Like we are now in that position of 60-40 or 70-30. We are in the same globe, same Artha, same 22nd century, 21st, same in that Kali Yuga Prathama Pada. But you and I, in a day's time, if you ढूंढो अपने जीवन को, कि इसमें 60% we are attending classes and studying puja doing. Only 40% we are in the samsara, going to pay the electrical bill, going to the shop to buy the things. Only this much we are doing. उसमें भी इतना खाना, इतना भोग, इतना वेराइटी नहीं कर रहे हैं. लोग भी जहाँ ऑब्लिगेशन है वहीं जा रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट एक्सटेंडिंग और इंक्रीजिंग आवर फ्रेंड्स एंड ऑल. दैट शोज वी आर इन द 60-40%. अमॉन्ग अस ओनली सम आर 70-30. कोई 80-20 वाले होते हैं. 80% spiritual, only studies sadhana japa for vyavahara what is required, this much is done. The more we grow in that way, from this loka we are taken to the fourth world. The fourth world is beyond Swargaloka. It's called Maharloka. In the Maharloka, Janaloka, and Tapoloka, there is only spirituality is pursued, but capacities are lesser. They were thoda thoda karte hai. As they increase their capacity, when they become too perfect, truly perfect, they are taken to Satyaloka. That I am talking in the Krama Mukti Marga. In Satyaloka, no other Vyapakam or business or job. Go on listening and contemplating. Brahmadeva gives you Brahmovadesha, and whenever he is taking off, use it and contemplate. There is no other job. Such people are there even now in various ashramas. Like Bhagavan Ramana ashram we go, or any of the beautiful ashramas are there in India, hundreds, thousands. There people from all over the world come. Only thing they read the literature of the Bhagavan or the Shastra of Adi Shankara, contemplate on that. Ganti Vasti hai, they go and eat food and come. So they are in this world, but in the level of Maharloka, Janoloka, Tapoloka, Brahmaloka. I'm just giving an explanation what we have to do. I have come onto the earth to get liberated and not comparing with others and coming down to live in the worldly level. And for all that, this Upanishad helps. Upanishad's final thing is what? Jagat Mithya, don't turn behind that. Brahma Satyam, go and identify with that. For that, it is using the logics. One of the powerful logic is you, Brahman, Paramatma alone is there. Other than him, you are there as you want to experience the world. Both of them are the chitta. They are mutually dependent. Those two mutually dependent variants don't have other pramana. Then they are said as mithya, not real. Then what to do? Logically understood that they are unreal. So say they are unreal. So don't give value. If you give value, that is the fourth line. What the fourth line of? Tan mate naiva gruhyate. At the level of non-understanding, you give importance, it appears to be real. Even after logical understanding, still you give the importance value, it appears to be real. The purpose of understanding should be devaluing and not giving reality value slowly so that it goes away from you. And anytime I can give importance, it comes to your mind. That is Maya. Like I want to eat sattvic food. You decided, so all Rajasic Tamasic, you left it. So you are safe from it. But anytime again the thought can come, अरे बहुत दिन हो गए ये राजसिक तामसिक खाना खा के, again you may indulge, and again it may become habit, again you can fall. So where is there all the राजसिक खाना लेना सुख भोग के लिए in your own चित्त? तन मते नैव गृह्यते. One thing remember, the mati or chitta, when it is in the world gathers reality, chitta becomes virulent and uncontrollable, vasanas will grow, Paramatma goes away. Same chitta, when it is engaged for Paramatma, tanmatena me gruhyate, that chitta merges in Paramatma en route, it is being withdrawn from the worldliness, the world also dissolves. चित्त को परमात्मा में लगाओ, परमात्मा मिलते हैं, चित्त भी डिसअपियर हो जाएगा. चित्त को जगत में लगाओ, परमात्मा डिसअपियर हो जाएंगे, चित्त और जगत रूपी संसार लगातार रहेगा. Choice is yours. And in that thing, unreal is made as real, imaginary is taken as real, things which are not there are seen as real, and you have your own that level of logics and proofs. देखो स्वामी जी, ऐसे टच करके आप खुद भी देखो, ये ठंडा है कि नहीं, या फिर आप कैसे कह सकते हो नहीं है? भाई ठंडा किधर है? हाथ में, हाथ किधर है, मन किधर है? चैतन्य में। अब तुम चैतन्य आत्मा की दृष्टि से देखो, चैतन्य आत्मा की दृष्टि से न मन है, ना ये हाथ है, ना ये रॉड है, ना उसका ठंडा ही है। You live to that level of contemplation and see, you will come to my point. See, when a object is in a chair or anything, डब्बा, you see डब्बा को देखकर, which डब्बा है वहाँ, या दीवार है, कहाँ स्पेस है? You see, no, no, I ask you, in that divar, go into the micro aspect of it. What do you see? Space only. Then I'll ask you, कहाँ दीवार है बताओ? यथा दृष्टि तथा सृष्टि, no? If the drishti is sthula, you will see sthula jagat. If your drishti is sukshma, sukshma. If your drishti is paramatma, paramatma only is seen. But in them, paramatma is reality. This is real reality, they are made reality. Seen, therefore it's appearing as real. आप चॉइस से इसको रियल बना रहे हो, ये बाई चॉइसलेस थी वो रियलिटी है। इसलिए परमात्मा को मेंटेन करने के लिए एफर्ट नहीं लगता, बिकॉज सेल्फ मेंटेन। जगत को मेंटेन करने के लिए घमासान एफर्ट लगाना है, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट रियल। I have to maintain my body because it's not real. Reality need not be maintained. It only has to be recognized. It doesn't change, it will not die. So all that we have seen now. Now, when it is said, then there is a comes a fear to us. If you say both the seen world and seer chitta are unreal, my dear sir, oh Guru, then entire Vyavahara becomes destroyed. He says, yes, it will be destroyed, no problem. And yet, to make you more convinced, to make you accept this fact, I am giving you three examples to substantially tell that what I said is right, that Paramatma alone is real. The Chitta, Antakarana, the Chaitya, the world in the Antakarana, both of them are unreal. फिर you will ask a question in that case, then the Acharya, the Satsanga, Shastra is unreal. फिर हम उसका और जवाब देंगे। Then उस जवाब को सुनकर you will ask another question. Then in that way, you can't call Paramatma also as Ajam. Then we accept it. Yeah, he need not be called. He is so. Then the three next set of 7, 8 slokas are very high level. They absolutely talk exactly like a Nastika, but at the highest level of the truth. इन व्हाट सेंस स्वामी इन दोनों कैसे कर रहे हो? क्योंकि उस आत्मा अनुभव ऐसा है ना, उसका कोई मेजरमेंट नहीं होता, इसलिए कोई शब्द वगैरह उसके बारे में बोल नहीं सकते। फॉर एनी शब्द व्हिच इज स्पोकन अबाउट द लॉर्ड आर नॉट भगवान ओनली। द शब्दास आर डिनाइड, दे आर नॉट भगवान। शब्द अर्थास आर डिनाइड, नॉट द अनुभव ऑफ द भगवान। That is the himmat of the Brahmagnani, that you take away every word, every explanation, still we remain. And in fact, we mean the Atmanva is such one, it doesn't need certificate of the word or words or explanations or logics or examples or proofs. जरूरत नहीं है उसका. I'll tell you after 4 slokas that Purvapakshi says to Siddhanti, then you can't call Atma also is Ajam. Cannot call. आत्मा को भी अजम ऐसे, हाँ किसने बोला नहीं कहने को? उसको अजम भी नहीं बोलो। नहीं बोलने के मात्र से परमात्मा नहीं रहेंगे ऐसे तो नहीं होगा। Because Ajam is in contrast with Jam only, no? The unborn is a word used with regard to the born. So if you say unborn is not, I will say, yeah, you can't use unborn word also to Parma. But for the sake of Upadesha at your level, we tell. We also don't accept any Veda Pramana to Atma. Atma is Anubhava Pramana. But before Anubhava, ultimate Pramana is Veda. Because other than Veda Pramana, other Pramanas will distract you to the world as real. You are already there in that. To tell the world is real, to indulge in the world, कोई प्रमाण, कोई वेदांत, कोई शास्त्र, कोई सत्संग की जरूरत है क्या? शास्त्र, वेदांत, सत्संग, to tell that thing they come which is beyond the perception, beyond the ordinary, beyond the general. Please understand it. श्रुतयः ब्रह्मा अद्वितीय प्रमाणम, not in the द्वैत जगत. द्वैत जगत इंद्रिय मन बुद्धि देखने से समझ में आ ही रहा है ना. To tell the world as real, so what is the need of Shastra? To tell the real reality in which world is not there. To tell that only Shastra comes. And it's very Gambhira, it is tough. That is the length of the Shastras and the time involved in studying them. Now the three examples. Interesting. And what is the whole topic we're under discussion? There is an experience. In that experience, there is experienced and experiencer. Okay. Both of them are based on a substratum called a chitta. All three are unreal. Reality is something other than that. This is a theme under discussion. So the inner real self alone is reality. Other than that, the world seen by me and the world seen by me along with me are in my chitta. All of them are unreal. You are insisting, therefore it is appearing. You have also vasanas. You also have the habits. You also have the desires. You also have the misguidance of the other people who are the part of your own chitta actually. So many are there for you to misguide you. But still, all of them are unreal. Only Ekavaya Advayam Brahma alone is real. Do you mean to say Swargaloka real? Yeah. Brahmaloka? Huh? What do you talk about Bhagwan, Shiva and his Kailasha, Vishnu and they're all also unreal at that level. Because they are not all pervading, they are not the substratum का नाम रूप ही वो भी है, and anything other than substratum the नाम रूप are mithya, but they are required because they help us towards realizing self. देखो, when you reach the goal you don't need the traveling, running, jumping, car, scooter after reaching, but to reach some of the modes of travel are required, no? So, in the same way, every upasana, every dhyana, every shravana, every satsanga are not required when anubhava has come. And they are not existing also there. But to experience it, for that also to go or come out of our own present level to the higher level, they are required. थोड़ा इसको हम समझ लेना चाहिए. Now, एक एक एग्जाम्पल. यथा स्वप्नमयो जीवः जायते मृत्यते च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च. What a beautiful example. Yatha swapnamaya jiva. Just like in the swapna jiva born. Jayate, then died, mriyate. And in between, he has grown, he has gone to school, college, he studied, he got all the jobs, he earned a lot of money, he had his own children, he educated them, he became old, suddenly one day he died. All happened in the dream. Now, in that, the jiva, his chitta, and all his doings and his experiences, when you wake up, how much are they real? देखो, अनुभव की बात दूर है. Both the dreamer, dream world, they themselves are unreal there. When they are unreal, how come their contact can be real? How come the experience can be real? No. So they are real. That state of experience was there. That was the dream. And they are unreal. Reality is something else. So that state of experience also is there when you wake up from the dream. From the waking up standpoint, you see all of them are unreal. What are the unreal? The birth, the growth, education, study, the job, bank balances, traveling, quarreling, children, including death also unreal. This is important. यथा स्वप्नमयः जीवः जायते म्रियते and in between सब नाटक करते हैं. तथा जीवाः अमी सर्वे. In the same way, all these jivas around us, including me, all of them are भवन्ति. Means उसी तरह जैसे मैं ड्रीम में था रियल लगा, ऐसे ही वेकिंग ड्रीम में जब तक हो तो रियल लगता है. लेकिन फ्रॉम द ड्रीम व्हेन आई वेक अप आई फाउंड दे आर अनरियल. So to an on the seat of meditation, when I reach to the self, na bhavanti, none of them are found to be there. This is swapna drishtanta is given. Bhavanti means in the state of non-recognition, they are appear to be there. But na bhavanti cha, when you realize it, they are not there. This entire world which is appearing to be so real is not there. Just you enter into the mind level only, the gross world goes away. When you understand that mind is nothing but a subtle stuff taking variety of shapes just because of forces of vasana, other than that there is no reality. If you know, even the mind also is devalued. When you focus, who is the one who is knowing all that? On that consciousness, when you focus and really realize him, you will see neither chitta is there nor the jagat also is there. नो ऐसा तो फिर इतने करोड़ों जीवों में कुछ ही लोग कर सकते हैं। नो करोड़ों जीव है, कुछ महात्मा है। दिस लैंग्वेज आई एम यूजिंग फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड स्टैंड पॉइंट, फ्रॉम द रिलीजन स्टैंड पॉइंट, अदर देन परब्रह्म तत्व, नो बीइंग्स आर देयर इंक्लूडिंग ईश्वर जीव जगत, देयरफॉर दोस डिफरेंसेस कैन नॉट बी स्पोकन। इस लेवल से जब हम कह रहे हैं ओनली फ्यू परिपक्व अंतःकरण युक्त जीवास ओनली कैन ट्राई इट। द जीव अनेकता इज फ्रॉम द संसार स्टैंड पॉइंट, from the tattva standpoint एक ही है. Now why do you have to say? Because I am in the world, taking myself one of the world, along with me I am seeing so many people, then therefore in my own adhyatmic sadhana interest I am telling to myself or to anyone who is listening that you become Shuddha in your chitta and antakarana, and you when you become meditative you will realize that state, having seen which all the things are not there. And what is the meaning not there? I myself as a jiva is not there. Then where will be the other jivas in contrast with me in any of the relativity? Then where is the world which is supporting both of them? No, yeah. It's interesting. Like Indian tradition culture में any गली में you go, there is a temple, there is bell बजता रहता है, घंटी बजती है, विचित्र world it is. But if you go to any Nastika deshas and all, you don't see anything of such there. Or some funny things there you see them. They are not at all here. Physically, I told you. In the same way, in the taking of the world as real at the one level, you are experiencing all that. But when they are rejected and you reach the self of experience of self of, they are all unreal only. Just like in Nidra. जागरूक स्वप्न दोनों नहीं है निद्रा में. बट मैं तो हूँ, है ना, कोमा में जाना, निद्रा में जाना, समाधि में जाना, शॉक में चला जाना. These are all proofs to say that these worlds are not real. If they are real, they should be there all the time. So यथा स्वप्नमय जीवः जायते मृषा तथा जीवामि सर्वे भवन्ति and न भवन्ति. Same with another example. यथा मायामयः जीवः जायते मृतेऽपि च तथा जीवामि सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च. So Swapnamaya, one example, solid example of everyone gets the drift. Second is Mayamaya Jivaha. Means what? That Maya Vyakti, the Jadugar, also creates so many Maya Jivas. He also proves to us through that Maya Jala that those Jivas are growing, and he gets them together, he marries them also together, उनका शादी भी कराता है, फिर उनके भी बच्चे हो जाते हैं, फिर उनको बड़ा एक दिन वो दिखाता भी है that मायामय जीव is dead only. Neither they were born nor dead. ये सब इंद्रजाला, the magician's magic. Earlier is Swapna Drushtanta. So it was solidly experienced. But when you wake up, unreal. Second one is the waking plane में जादूगर का दृष्टांत, where he's showing so much of magic as if it is really happening, but actually nothing is happening. Same, the second example also to say, tata jiva ami sarve bhavanti. In a conditional level of ignorance, they are appearing to be there. But when you awaken to the same self, na bhavanti cha, होंगे ही नहीं. So Indrajalika means, what is Indrajala, Mahendrajala, Gajakarna, Gokarna, Takutamara? Indrajala means creating Swarga, creating Indra, bringing Shachi Devi, getting both of them married, then calling Rama Urvashi, then their dads, then all other devatas, including Naradadi, doing all the play. All that he does without anything there. That's what Indrajala Mahima. इंद्र का स्वर्ग का जाल फहराकर हमें उस अनुभव दिखाना इस इंद्र जाल. Neither Swarga is there, nor Indra, nor Shachidevi, nor Rambhali, nor dancer. But he sees that they are all seen. अपने जादू से करते हो. कैसा करता है? Then I am not a जादूगर to say. No, those days they used to be there like that. अभी ये जो magicians, they have some more tricks. With that they make it appear. You know, एक डब्बा में कबूतर को लगाया, निकाला तो खर्ची बन गया. दूसरे में उसी खर्ची को लगाया तो तोता बन गया. They are really seen by you. And they put a person, they make stand, फिर they take a danda between the head and the trunk, the danda or talwar goes to here and there as if they are separated. They does something and then they are again joined. In a box they put a person and तीन टुकड़े करते हैं, ऊपर से मारते हैं, टुकड़े हो गए, बॉक्स में अलग हो जाते हैं, नहीं फिर जोड़ते हैं तो बंदा comes out safe. इंद्रजाल. No, these are all very grossly done, in which most of the aspect is cheating people. But when it talks about the siddhis, सिद्धियां तो हायर योग शक्तियां है ना. फिर द विद द योग शक्ति सिद्धिस वॉट एवर इज डन इन फैक्ट दैट आल्सो इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द इंद्रजाल ओनली. इट इज नॉट अनरियल. दैट्स आल्सो कंडीशनल ओनली. सो यथा मायामयः जीवः जायते मरेते च तथा जीवामि सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति. नो एग्जांपल. थर्ड वन इंटरेस्टिंग. यथा निर्मितको जीवः. Nirmitaka Jiva is in today's world, but this is written by Karika thousands of years back. Nirmitaka Jiva is all robo. The man-like looking machinery. Robots, they are also born, they also work, and they also dismantled or कोई parts खराब होते हैं तो काम करना बंद होता है. So that also dies that way. Nirmitaka Jiva. Through some mantra ityadi yantra roop mein banana. That's what when Kumbhakarna came, the Vibhishana Rama announced to them, it's not a real human being. Some yantra is made, not a real being, don't worry. That's how they came back. So the yantrik, in all this, Kurukshetra you go, entire Mahabharata they show outside through the yantras. In many places you can see nowadays, actually it is being done. है ना, गले में वरमाला पहनना या राम रावण का युद्ध होना. Is it really happening there? No. This is called nirmitika. Nirmitika means manufactured through some machinery or idols. That way I said robo. It's a nirmitika. These are three different examples. Swapna experience only to meet comes. Jadugar wala in the waking only shows. And nirmitika, some industrialist or some technician or mechanic person, he has made that. Nirmitaka Jiva mein, all these trains, flights, they all come. They're really as if they are going, running, making the sound. Nirmitaka hai robots. No, self-thinking, intelligent robots also they are going to now create in the next 10, 20 years. Aa jayega wo. All said and done, in them the knowledge will not be there, consciousness will not be there, and they will never know that they are bound in avidya. They can never get the vidya and get liberated. Only the jiva is the one who can discover himself and get liberated from jiva bhava. So three examples are said, and to all the three wholesale mein or Bhagavana Bhashyakara gives Bhashya. He says Maya Mayaha. Swapna he did not explain because we all know. The first, second, third only is explained. Maya Maya means Maya Vina Yaha Krutaha. So the world which is made by the Mayavi, all the beings. Nirmitakaha means Mantra Aushadhyadivi Nishpaditaha. So with mantra and with Oshadi, they are called as Nirmitika Jiva. No, this mantra Oshadi, Nirmitika Jiva are all the biological weapons or through the combination of something. The corona ऐसे ही आया कहते हैं मंत्र औषधि से निर्मित, औषधि से निर्मित. There are some mantra औषधि. Mantra jiva means, through the mantra ucharana, some shakti is prakatita. The krutya shakti, which our Durvasa ji has created. Is it not? To do the prayoga on the king Ambarisha. You remember? That's called Nirmitikaha Jiva. If jinni vagara hote na, they're called Nirmitika Jivas. You do that, it comes out and then does work and goes away. They're all not real actually. Nirmitika Jiva. Nirmitika mantra aushadhi nishpaditaha. Now, completeness. Swapna Maya Nirmitikaha Andajadeha Jivaha. अंडज स्वेदज उद्भिज जरायज, these are the only four created beings. स्वप्न में माया से निर्मित में जो हुए हैं चारों, यथा जायन्ते म्रियन्ते, just like they are born and dying, though they are not real, cha tatha, in the same way, manushya adi lakshanaha, the manushya, pashu, pakshi, vanaspati lakshanaha, avidyamanaha eva. They are in reality not at all existing, yet chitta vikalpana matraha ityartaha. They are all the chitta vikalpana only, not real. Now, here we have to talk a lot of higher Vedanta to explain all. One or two only we touch. What is that? कि स्वामी बट मेरे जन्म से पहले ही, मेरे जन्म मरने के बाद भी ये सब दिख रहा है ना, देन हाउ कैन यू से इट्स माय चित्त? फर्स्ट आंसर इज व्हाट, बिफोर योर बर्थ इट वाज नॉट देयर, रियली नॉट देयर फॉर यू. Because you yourself are there, the world is not there. After death also you are not there, then you cannot say the world is there or not. That's one answer. Second is what? At a higher level, Chitta is one only, that of Ishvara. So from the Ishvara Chitta, everything is Nisruta. And we all are what? The part of Ishvara only, therefore a part of his Chitta is in me. Therefore, whatever the part of Chitta of Ishvara is in me, that type of world I am imagining. And in this, the part and whole, the samashti vyashti, is a part of the खेल only. In absolute reality, चित्त ही नहीं है तो ईश्वर का है का जीव का है वो भी नहीं रहेगा. Then the Ishvara's Ishvara Shakti, he is creating samashti, and Jiva with his vyashti Shakti, he is creating his own vyashti jagat. All of them become null and void at that level. Both of them, vyashti samashti दोनों चले जाते. And that's why the Vyashti is never separate from the Samashti. इसलिए most of the Vedanta is spoken from the Samashti standpoint only. Why? Because Vyashti का आंसर दे दी, तो still a question remains, what about the others are Samashti? इसलिए पहले ही समष्टि के दृष्टि से जवाब देते हैं, उसमें व्यष्टि भी इंक्लूड होता है. Means what? Indriyas bind. Whom? Everybody it will bind. Even Ishvara also bound by his Indriyas because he'll have to function through them. Though he controls them, still he'll have to express through them, no? देखो, the one who is an expert driver and new driver, both are bound by driving and car. New driver is bound by car because he is not able to drive. Expert is also bound because that's the only job he can do for his livelihood. And whenever he is sitting, he is driving. So perfection or imperfection is second, but taking the position of driver is common, so both are bound. In the same way, Ishvara may be having Maya under his control. You and I as Jiva may not have the Avidya in our control. That's okay, there's a difference. But both are bound only. Ishvara also bound by his Maya because he is Ishvara only when there is Maya. Otherwise, he is not Ishvara, he is Brahma. इसलिए समष्टि भी बंधन में होता है, इसलिए वो समष्टि ईश्वर में one day he dissolves everything, his Maya, so he drops, he becomes one with Brahma and just becomes quiet for some time. Again he invokes his Shakti, he becomes Ishvara and creates the play until he gets bored, he goes on doing, he dissolves one day. So we're just bringing the idea of Vyashti and Samashti to make an answer exhaustive and complete. And what are the things that are taught here? Three examples are given of Swapna and Maya and Nirmitikaha. In that, Svedaja, Andaja, Jarayu, which are born, maintained, and dead. But even though it happened, it is unreal. Like these three examples, the fourth one also, that in this world of mine, me, the Jiva, the world is Jagat, I am interacting. All of that birth and death are all just like all these three appearances, but unreal. Examples I understand and accept easily because I am not involved in them. In these things, I am not accepting because the individuality is very strong. That doesn't go easily. It has lot of vasanas, habits, and tendencies. Therefore, it doesn't want to give up its position. When all these are exhausted, then it knows that it is not real or greater. It drops its position and it enters into what is said in the Upanishad, Atma alone is real. इसलिए कह रहे चाहे जितना भी वेदांत ज्ञान मिले, जब तक वासनाएं हैं हमारी बुद्धि जगत सत्य है ऐसा ही सोचेगा. Therefore, there's no way then the vasana kshaya. Because as long vasanas are there, it influences the chitta buddhi to think only in the language of world is real. Is it not? As long as you have vasana that you are my friend, my mind will think about you only as a friend only. Then my vani will be like that, my giving to you gifts are like that. So to have a vasana that somebody is an enemy, then like that only my mind will think, then I'll try to trouble them, destroy them. So who is making a person a friend or enemy? Chitta, vasana. And every one of us have different vasanas. According to that, we are imagining the world. Actually, imagination of world itself is vasana. In what way the world also is again vasana. When they are eliminated, neither the world will be there nor variety of the world will be there. What is there? Paramatma. And vasanas are made by sankalpa vikalpa. Therefore, reduce sankalpa vikalpa by choice of the world and increase sankalpa vikalpa of Paramatma. संकल्प विकल्प ऑफ द जगत मेक द जगत रियल एंड परमात्मा का संकल्प विकल्प ये हो करता है कि परमात्मा कैनॉट कम अंडर द कैच अप ऑफ और बाइंडिंग ऑफ संकल्प विकल्प the sankalpa vikalpa gets dropped, Paramatma Anubhuti is gained. That is the beauty there. Is it not? Think more and more. Now, after saying so, now the 71th shloka is the same as the 48th shloka of earlier Prakarana, and it has to be studied in this context completely. We will see first the shloka charana, literal meaning, then the bhashya and the reference to the remaining bhashya there. Pura nahi batate aap, kyunki already bata chuke. He never refers. He says already uktamanyam. He says you have to refer. So, what is the conclusion? 71 shloka. This is the conclusion of KARIKA Kara of the Mandukya Upanishad. This is his standpoint. He doesn't bother whether you understand or not, accept or not, you believe it or not. ये ultimate truth है. What is that? न कश्चित् जायते जीवः संभवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतत् तदुत्तमं सत्यम् यत्र किञ्चित् न जायते. See the 4 5 things in this. First, Nakaschit Jiva Jayate. No Jiva is born. Why? Sambhava Tana Vidyate. Because for the Jiva to be born, there is no cause at all existing there behind him. Then etat taduttamam satyam. So many relative satyas are spoken about. Bhagavan is satya, you have to do upanishad to him. Guru is satya, you have to go and learn from him. Shastra is satya, that you have to practice as satya. Dharma is satya, because only then when you live in the world you are sustained. Punya is satya, you do when you do, only then you go to Swarga. So many relative satyas are given so far, and they are so satya that when you practice them, really it gives a result. Like put a finger in the fire, it burns. That's a satya. Put the same hand in the freezer or on the ice, it becomes cold. So like that, there are so many satya. When you know someone, he reciprocates. It's a satya. When you do the punya, you go to swarga. It's a satya. When you do the papa, you are put behind jail. These are all satya. But among all satya, the uttama satya is this one. What's that? Yatra kinchit na jayate. That Paramatma is ultimate truth, in whom nothing is born. That is Ajata Brahma. This is Uttama Satyam. They are all Chote Chote Satya. Therefore, I am accepting all your Satyas as Satya at lower level, but I have my own Satya at the ultimate level. Now it is your job to rise to this ultimate Satya, where Parabrahma alone is there all the time. In him, nothing is Ishvara or Sameshti, Jiva is Veshti. None of them ever were born only. Cannot be born. Impossible. हाँ, you have done your कल्पना, but it is not real. मैं कल्पना भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ, उतना व्यावहारिक सत्य भी नहीं दे रहा हूँ मैं. I don't want to live the joy of Brahman even for व्यवहार sake. All avatars coming to the earth to protect the people from their comfortable zone of स्वर्ग इत्यादि, विष्णु लोका इत्यादि, वैकुंठ इत्यादि. बेचारे आकर इतने दुखी होते हैं. Each of the avatar. He says Karika Kara, even for the sake of helping others or majak time pass also, I don't accept the Jagat. Etat taduttam satyam for me, yatra kinchit na jayate bas. Full stop. Is it not? People are there in this world, rigid in their own different forms. And that rigidity to a great extent troubles, but to some extent it helps also. you know, rigid. I don't want anybody as friend. Then you'll be very funny character. But at the same time, that rigidity helps you because you will not trouble anyone, nobody troubles. फायदा भी है नुकसान भी है. यहाँ कार्य का कारक ये अल्टीमेट नुकसान रहित फायदा है. बिकॉज यहाँ नुकसान क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि व्हाट इज एवरीथिंग इज डन बाय एवरीवन फॉर आनंद ओनली. इन द आत्मा ऑलरेडी आनंद इज देयर. देखो इसका रिजिडिटी विदाउट एनी लॉस. व्हाट इज द रिजिडिटी? ये तदुत्तम सत्यम यत्र किंचित न जाए. No, from this standpoint, if you see the creation in so many Brahmanda form, in so many lokas form, they are all at the empirical gross level only. In the absolute truth, none of them are there. So that's the possibility of evolution which we can reach out to. Bhashya and its explanation we'll see tomorrow. Then comes the next two question. Where from this the knower and known difference coming, that is explained. And that source where the knower and known coming is nothing but the self, which is unmodifiable. Therefore, from that standpoint also, these are unreal. That is how it will be proved subtly. We will go into those shlokas. ओके. न कश्चित् जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽसि न विद्यते ततदुत्तमं सत्यं यत्र किञ्चिन्न जायते. चित्तस्पन्दितमेवेदं ग्राह्यग्राहकवत् द्वयं चित्तं निर्विषयं नित्यम् असङ्गं तेन कीर्तितं. यः अस्ति कल्पितसंवृत्त्या परमार्थेन न अस्ति असौ परतन्त्र अभिसंवृत्त्या स्यात् न अस्ति परमार्थतः. अजः कल्पितसंवृत्त्या परमार्थेन न अपि अजः परतन्त्र अभिनिष्कृत्या संवृत्त्या जायते तु सः. अभूत अभिनिवेशोऽस्ति द्वयं तत्र न विद्यते. द्वयाभावं स बुद्ध्वैव निर्निमित्तो न जायते. यदा न लभते हेतून् उत्तम अधो मध्यमान् तदा न जायते चित्तं हेत्वभावे फलं कुतः. अनिमित्तस्य चित्तस्य यान उत्पत्ति समाद्वया अजातस्यैव सर्वस्य चित्तदृश्यमि तद्यतः. बुद्ध्वा निमित्ततां सत्यां हेतुं पृथग्नवाप्नुवन् पीतशोकं तथा कामम् अभयं पदमश्नुते. अभूताभिनिवेशाद्ये सदृशे तत्र वर्तते वस्तुभावं स बुद्ध्वैव निस्सङ्गमिनिवर्तते. निवृत्तस्य प्रवृत्तस्य निश्चलाय तदा स्थितिः विषयसै बुद्धानां तत्साम्यमजमद्वयम् अजम् अनित्रम् अस्वप्नं प्रभातं भवति स्वयं सकृद् विभातो ह्येवैष धर्मो धातु स्वभावतः. These are all lifting in one shloka to one higher and higher level. Very tough, huh? Only Karikakara devotion, if you have by His grace only, you can lift our understanding. Well, understanding, then standing under the understanding, then eliminating all that which is opposite to it, and remaining only in that Ekamavatma Ajata Brahma Sthiti. They are all very tough. But it will be the goal when we keep it as each line little we will grow, progress. Thank you. In today's our Shanti Mantra or Shakti Mantra, we worship Lord Vishnu. Om 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 Om. So Narayana or Mahavishnu. Om Sri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaయ Namaha. That Lord is there in the Vaikuntha. Worship Him through Vishnu Sahasranama, Japa, Purusha Sukta Ityadi, Upasana and all. And from Him in the Sthiti Kala, ask for the comfortable Sthiti in which Adharma is removed, Dharma is established, Dushta is removed, Shishta is protected. We need that Narayana Shakti, Mahavishnu Shakti. Thank you. पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमर्षिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. मंडूकमहर्षिणे नमः. गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय नमः. आद्य शंकर सद्गुरुवे नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणम् अस्तु. 10 minutes or 8 minutes. Chapter 5 Chota Wala Bhagavad Gita Parayana. Give me that time. Even to listen to Mandu